Hello everyone and welcome to another royal reading. I have the After Tarot on the table today. There it is, the After Tarot, normal Rider-Waite. It's wound forward a few minutes so that you see the outcome of the cards. You see they moved forward in time just a little bit. And it's the deck that I use for reading on relationships that have gone astray, broken relationships. As you can see from the cover of this, the box of this set of cards, it's very, very appropriate for that kind of energy. And the relationship that of course is broken is the relationship between the two brothers, broken at a kind of biblical level really, between Prince William and Prince Harry. And according to, I think it was Neil Sean, I've forgotten where I heard this, but according to that source, Prince William is allegedly waiting for a public apology from Prince Harry before he makes any effort to heal the relationship, to reconcile with his younger brother, and expecting an apology because of the lies that were told on the Oprah Winfrey interview, documented lies, lies in particular about who made whom cry. Very clear that to everybody now that it was Meghan who made Catherine cry. Tom Bower's book confirms it. And then of course there's also the fact that the root of it all was the fact that Meghan allegedly, let's throw some of those in, was bullying Princess Charlotte, being very unkind to her. There's all kinds of speculation about what might have been going on, but quite an ugly behaviour by all accounts. And so Prince William is wanting a public apology from Prince Harry before he can even consider rebuilding his relationship with his brother. So we're going to do a reading on that using the After Tarot. It's an 8-card reading. Interesting that the Three of Swords has come out just in the shuffling here. And 8-card reading, we're going to look at it from both their points of view. We do a compare and contrast reading and see what is going on. William is going to be on this side, on the left, Harry on the right. See what's going on between them, generally how they feel about each other, how they each feel about this apology, how William feels about it, how Harry feels about it, then how their wives feel about it, how Catherine feels about it, how Meghan feels about this, and the outcome. Are we going to see any form of movement from Prince Harry, acknowledgement that what was done on that Oprah interview was disgraceful and despicable? Underlying energy of this reading, 10 of Cups in reverse, the unhappy family card, the great unhappiness card. It was all so good once before, and then she came along and turned this relationship, this family on its head. Very miserable now, a lot of heartache, a lot of broken relationships, no get-togethers, none of this happy families, celebrations, confiding in each other. They were very, very, very close by all accounts, the two brothers. It's all gone, it's all lost because of this. We'll take this card out the way, we don't really need it blocking up the energy here. The situation, tell me about the situation between them. The Queen of Pentacles in reverse, well that's Catherine, and also wives just in general. Queen of Pentacles means your spouse, the person who is your loyal and supportive, your companion, your life companion. And she's in the reverse. Earth sign woman first and foremost. So for me, Catherine first and foremost has been dishonoured. And this is what this is about the dishonour that one spouse caused to the other. That is at the root of this difficulty now between these two brothers. So there we have it. We have, it's like Grand Central Station here. I've got cats, dogs, all trying to get past each other. It's a rainy day and there's politics about who's allowed to walk past whom. And I'm just going to stop things briefly to do a bit of traffic control. And the minute I did that, they sorted themselves out and I didn't need to do it. So, William on this side, Harry on this side. How does William feel about Prince Harry right now? And he sees the Hanged Man in reverse. He is hoping he is hoping that Prince Harry is getting a bit of a clue, because the Hanged Man is somebody who is stuck in limbo, and while he is hanging from that tree, dangling from that tree, he is being enlightened. He's getting a new perspective. You can see the light shining around that man's head as he's hanging there. That is enlightenment, new perspective. When the card is in the reverse, you have it. You know. You see what you need to see. Finally, it's a eureka moment, and on you go. You get back into circulation. You come down from that tree, changed, and you operate from that new perspective. He is hoping various things. He is hoping, first of all, that Prince Harry has been enlightened and that he now sees. The scales have fallen from his eyes, the scales about this woman, because when the card is like this in the After Tarot, not in regular Rider-Waite, but in the After Tarot, there is this woman who is helping this man, offering him comfort, and it's in the reverse. So that woman who is so tender and so loving and so helpful turns out to be a bit of a piece of work, shall we just say, and we all know who the woman is I am talking about. So he's hoping that Prince Harry, the scales have fallen from his eyes. He now sees the truth of the situation. But there's another meaning to the Hanged Man in tarot, and that is somebody who is being punished, somebody who is a victim. And that is when the card is upright. When the card is in the reverse, the person decides to do a bit of self-care, to free themselves, to stop being a victim, to take back their personal power, and to start acting in their own integrity and from their own needs, and instead of being used as a bit of a punch bag by someone else. So William is hoping for that as well. Very interesting card. It is Major Arcana, so he really, really wants this to be true and wants this to be happening, and hoping, I think, that Tom Bower's book might have given Harry a bit of a nudge in the right direction. How does Prince Harry feel about Prince William? Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles is all aces are new starts, new beginnings, a solid new beginning. He wants a solid new start with his brother. He actually does, but he sees also something else. He sees that his brother in himself is on a new journey, a very abundant, a very successful, a very prosperous journey, a long journey, a journey that he's very committed to. He's very focused on, a very stable journey, a very important journey. Harry sees that. He sees that Prince William is in a very, very solid place, a place of abundance, a place of power, a place of authority and responsibility, very mature energy coming from this Ace of Pentacles. Hands held out always in tarot are offerings, and there is perhaps a desire going both ways. I think there's a desire for some of that gloss, that shine, that sparkle to fall on Prince Harry. He's hoping that he gets a bit of a sprinkle of star power from Prince William. He'd like it. There's a little bit of envy in this card. Don't normally see that with that scarab beetle that's sitting there in the person's hand. But also hand reaching out, maybe the thought of an apology, maybe. We'll see, because the next card is the apology itself. How does Prince William feel about this? The Lovers in reverse. This is a very powerful card because it is a breakup card. The Lovers, and it is also fallen. People who have fallen from grace, the Lovers in reverse. They've been chased out of the Garden of Eden, those two. And he sees this as Harry and Meghan. He sees them as being fallen, as having made bad choices. The Lovers is always about choices, as being in their negative aspects as a couple, because it's shadow energy, of course, as well when a card is in the reverse. So Lovers in reverse, all of these cards in this reading have many levels of meaning. So bad choices, a bad relationship, a toxic relationship, but this also is his relationship with Prince Harry that is broken. It's not only about his view of Harry and Meghan, it's his view of his relationship with his brother that has broken. And the Lovers isn't only about romantic partnerships, it's about very important relationships in your life. It can be anyone, business relationship, a creative partnership, anything. This is two brothers, and they have literally fallen out, and it's Major Arcana. This is a very, very serious fallout. Without this apology, this relationship cannot be put back together again. It's finished. When the Lovers is in reverse, a relationship is over. How does Prince Harry feel about this apology? Is it something, wow, he actually wants to do it. He wants to do it, and I'm getting quite emotional when I say that. It's the opposite of that card. It's very interesting. We've got 2 cards about relationships, 2 of the most direct cards in the tarot about relationships. Prince William, Major Arcana, Lovers and Reverse. It's over, it's done, I'm done with you. Because of this wretched woman you married who's dishonoured my own lovely and loyal wife so very badly in front of the whole world. I'm done with you, you wretch, casting you out of the Garden of Eden. Harry wants back in. He wants to make that apology. He wants to be reconciled with his brother. Absolutely. 2 of Cups is literally a card of reconciliation. He wants to be reconciled, but it's whether he can get over his own ego or whether he can get over his wife's ego and be allowed to make that apology, because apparently, allegedly, Prince William wants this to be public. It's not behind closed doors. Oh, well, sorry about that, old chap. This has got to actually be official and public and clear the air so that everybody sees it. Sussex squad sees it. Everybody sees it. Call off the attack dogs who have made their lives such miseries and are spreading such poison and toxicity about himself and Catherine. So how do the wives feel about it now? How does Catherine feel about this need, Prince William's need for a public apology? Does it matter to her? Knight of Cups in reverse. She sees how much it matters to him. It's not about her. The Knight of Cups is Prince William, water sign man, prince, and very upset. He is very, very upset. Knight of Cups in reverse are very upset, very hurt, very wounded. Wounded also in his ability to protect her. Because the Knight of Cups is the empathetic knight, the one who's emotional, the one who tunes into other people's feelings. And he feels like he's let her down at some level by allowing this to happen. Well, he didn't allow it to happen, but by somehow not getting the apology, not clearing the air, not making sure that it's rectified in some way. So I don't think this is for her at all, that this needs to happen, but she sees how important it is for him that it needs to happen. And how, of course, does Meghan Markle feel about this apology? Is it over my dead body? Quite an interesting card. It's a card of celebration and happy families and the home and success and everything being in order and everything being solid and stable. But I think it's her world, that she feels that her world is secure, and she doesn't need it. She's got what she wants. It's not over my dead body. It's not that kind of energy. It is, I'm happy. I'm successful. I'm where I want to be. So I did what I wanted to do, and I got the power I wanted to get and the acclaim that I wanted to get from that Oprah interview and the notice. And this feels very Oprah interviewee to me. This Four of Wands, how smug she was, smirking there in that garden setting, claiming to be wronged. And they were the happy couple, she and Harry, and everyone else was so toxic and so poisonous and so resentful of them and their success and her skin colour and all the rest of it. I don't get this is objecting to it and resisting it. I literally think it doesn't enter her consciousness because she's so caught up in her own world that she's built and her own story and her own story of herself that she's built. It possibly hasn't even been mentioned to her. It possibly he is actually too afraid of her at some level to mention it to her. He wants to do it. He absolutely wants to do it. Or he sees the need to do it. He wants to reconcile. And he sees in this card, this Ace of Pentacles, he sees that this needs to be offered, this needs to be handed out. She's not the one behind the wings, waiting in the wings saying, yes, do it. Make it happen. It's indifference, and I get this energy with her often. So why I'm reading this card the way I am, because it ties in with other indifference that I see from her when we're talking about, for instance, the impact that her behavior has had on the Queen's health. Very direct impact, very negative impact, allegedly. Doesn't care. can't empathize, can't see it, doesn't see the need for any of this. Outcome of this rather curious reading. Is it going to happen? Is anything going to move? It could actually happen. It could with this card, the Four of Cups. Four of Cups only because it's in the reverse. Four of Cups, when it's upright, you reject someone. You're indifferent to their pain, to their needs, their emotional needs, and you say, nah, I couldn't be bothered. Don't involve me. Leave me out of it. Thank you very much. But when the card is in the reverse, it is a regret for the way you've handled a situation, for the fact that you have turned down some kind of offer of friendship or comfort or help, an emotional offer, because we're dealing with cups. Is a little bit of a too late energy, I have to say that. Always with the Four of Cups, regret about missed opportunities and wishing that you could do it over. So there is a possibility of an apology, but I think ultimately it's going to be a missed opportunity and it's not going to happen. And Prince Harry is going to live to regret it with that Four of Cups in reverse, because that is the energy of the Four of Cups. I can't force it into a narrative that it doesn't fit into. And it's very interesting in this reading that everybody here is upset and unhappy and aware of how much hurt has gone on, and the underlying energy tells the same story. The only person who comes up as very confident, very secure, is Meghan. She just doesn't see it. She doesn't see it. And while she doesn't see it, it's telling me he who really wants to reconcile cannot. And makes me feel quite weird, this reading. Half sorry for him, half disgusted, very conflicted. But anyway, that's the reading, and the only reading today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again tomorrow.